we spend a lot of time with BIA Kelsey, which has a really great ongoing, community, if you will, of folks that service SMB. And there are actually, you're right, there's a very well-known set of entities that do that. So all of the many directory services businesses out there have gone from, ink on paper to some form of digital. Some of them have really done it well. Anybody who is in the news organizations that go directly to the small business. Also, there's a ton of businesses that have grown up just in the digital space, and all they do is service the direct. And those companies are entities, for example, like Localese, that make sure the small businesses' data is properly set up in all the directories and all the search engines, et cetera. So there are well-known entities of who we should go after, including telecommunications companies. Anybody with an SMB. I've got a small business group, IBM, Amex, you name it. So we know who they are, and yes, it is difficult. Like look, restaurants, good example. And the question is, does the restaurant need an app, or do they need to be included in the Yelp app or the Restaurant.com app, or or the loyalty app around them? And I think what it all comes down to is their monthly budgets. The end of the day, $10 a month. They think about it, hard. Like, do I really want to give that up? What am I going to get for that? So yeah, we're not anti-app by any stretch. Our point of view from 2008 when we started was that apps are expensive.
Yes, yeah.
So, we said we're not anti-app, but table stakes are. People are actually doing the same habits from the desktop to the mobile site, which is go to Google and search. The question is, when they click on that link, what happens? If your business doesn't show up within 5 seconds, they're out. So that's what the problem we're trying to solve is that one. We have not done the deep analysis on where are we most profitable, other than to say, so it's kind of happening to us day in and day out that somebody will come, and with our platform they need to learn a little bit. It's not too hard, but if you've got a little bit of time, you can build a mobile website yourself. The original idea was that would scale, and that's very profitable if it scales. But what we find is that a lot of those people just leave because our platform isn't easy enough. We need to make it more easy, and there it goes back to the CTO. So if we were to have to sell into the local business, it's not going to be very profitable at all. This is a scale business. So we do have to have core competence at selling into those that sell to small business, I think. We know for a fact right now the hottest areas for mobile web are restaurant, auto, and auto splits out into both dealership and repair, and beauty. I believe, like the beauty salon and the services around that sort of a thing. Those are three of the top areas. We spent a lot of time a year ago going after franchise. We went to the IFA. We went full bore into that. One of the things that I learned about the hard way with franchises, which you'd say, gee, that should be right, is that they all have different content management platforms. So there's businesses that service them for their websites. We have 1,900 Amco stores. We use, Joe Smith's company for, a platform. And so we started approaching those guys, and they were like, wow, that's a great website. And then they tried to work with us, and they said, no, we'll just do this ourselves. So it's kind of, you kind of get into that content management thing. And now you become, now you're still, you look at it and you say, this is looked at as we can do this ourselves, or it's just a commodity. So that's why I know in 2013, in order for us to go into the future, we have got to, I don't want to call it a pivot, but it's really an evolution into, we've got an opportunity. The information about that website is kind of far more interesting than that website. So we've been in the build the website business, but behind it, knowing who's going in there, and if I can make that end SMB smarter, about that customer, I think I have a winner there. Let's say, let me tell you what's happening there. And every month say, you got 43 visitors and 2 of them looked at the coupon, and you know what I mean? I think that's where I think we have to be, and we're not there today, but we're, that's kind of where I'm, not kind of, it is where I'm pushing us to get to pretty quickly. So it's a big difference between commodity content management and, valuable insight into your business, I think.